Esmeralda, welcome to my YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about Colourpop. I think this is kind of like a long-awaiting type of video because a lot of people that know me know that I love Colourpop, and of course I got into Colourpop due to my sister Mariela, who she is absolutely obsessed over Colourpop. Like, that's all. Basically, she loved the pigments, she loved the stuff that they had to offer. She told me about it, and they were doing a great deal back in, I would say, August, September. And since then, I've been hooked. So thank you, Mariela, for now hooking me to Colourpop. But let's proceed. I know she's probably looking at this like, girl, you know it was both of us, but okay, whatever. But yeah, so Colourpop has been this big friends right now, like crazy. Everybody's been loving their products and everything. So they recently just launched some brushes, and it's two brushes. One is basically like an eyeshadow brush that's more like to pack on product and to apply it a lot more better. And then the second one is a blending brush to kind of help blend all those beautiful colors together and pigments and super shock shadows, you know, all of them together. So of course I had to try it out and see how good they work. And let me just say, I put it on right now and I love the blending ability of it. And I mean, these, goodness, when hopefully they sell these brushes eventually, and if they do, get your hands on them immediately because they help to put on these eyeshadows. Now, for a lot of people who may not know about Colourpop, their eyeshadows, they do have lippy sticks, which are kind of like lipsticks, and liquid lips and brow pencils, you know, yeah, like eyeshadows, that kind of stuff. So basically makeup related stuff. So yeah, I will be linking their information down below, by the way. So if any of you guys are like, what, you know, you guys can link down below. But yeah, so a lot of their eyeshadows, because they have this kind of like a wet pigment eyeshadow to it, it's not necessarily creamy, but it kind of feels like if it's creamy, but it's not necessarily like a dry powdery eyeshadow. It's really, I know it can be a little confusing, but they do have the lids where you have to really, you know, every time you use them, you have to just tightly seal them just to avoid them from drying. So all those people who have been showing other people how to depot their Colourpop, don't do it, people. Don't do it. Don't depot your Colourpop eyeshadows. They will dry out and they will mess up the formula completely. So keep them in the containers that they come with, seal them really nice and tight, and you will be good. But okay, so let's start. So they came out with these brushes I really love, and I'm going to show you guys two of them that I have already used. And of course, the way that they did their promotion to kind of bring out these brushes was actually, if you bought two eyeshadows, you get one brush free. And of course, you get to choose on your checkout, you get to choose between a blending brush or the eyeshadow brush. Now, the blending brush looks like this. Let me see. Yeah, it's basically like this. Okay, so it's a nice little fluffy brush, and let me tell you guys, it's beautiful. I've had brushes that tend to, how do I explain, like scratch the eye a little bit more than normal. It does get the product on, but I just feel like it's a little bit too scratchy. This one, absolutely soft, you guys. Like, oh my goodness, it helps blend in all the colors. I rarely get any fallout with this one. I have used other blending brushes with the Colourpop, you know, before these brushes came out. And yeah, I would tend to get a little bit of fallout, so that was a little bummer. But this, you guys, it's great. It blends in all the colors. I know I used it a lot, especially on my crease, you know, in my inner eyes and crease and outer edges of my eyes. See, I'm not a makeup artist or like a makeup guru, so I don't know too much about makeup, but I will tell you when I know that something can blend easily, especially with these particular Colourpop eyeshadows, I will let you guys know. And come on, like, you know, yeah. Anyways, so this is basically how it looks. Now, I don't know if you guys can already see, but I did basically was doing this kind of motion or just swirling it around and just kind of blending all those colors in, definitely on the outer edge of my eye of my eyeshadows that I was doing up on my eyes, and then as well as kind of getting up in that inner corner. So it really helped blend it all together. Really beautiful. Now to pack on the eyeshadow, or to just kind of dab it on, I felt that this particular eyeshadow brush, which this is kind of basically how it looks, and of course it has, you know, the Colourpop on there, which I'm loving, by the way. I'm digging this rose gold basically color finish that they have on here, and definitely the pink. So cute. But yeah, it's basically like a simple flat kind of brush, but oh my goodness, like I only went like 2-3 little swipes on that eyeshadow, and it got on there so beautifully, and I was able to pack it on onto my eyelids and just, you know, pack in the color. Yeah, it was really great. And of course, I didn't use the blending brush to pack it on the actual eyelid. I didn't have to. It basically blended in really good, especially when you kind of get on there. And again, it's not scratchy to your eyes. I know some people, especially, and I hate to kind of out certain brands, but hey, if we're gonna be honest, right? I actually happen to love Makeup Geek's brushes so much. They're actually the ones that have helped me blend most of these products, Colourpop, as well as my Lancome eyeshadow, and much more other eyeshadows that I have. But they tend to be a little bit scratchy at times, so if I'm gonna be honest, but these particular ones aren't as scratchy, and I'm actually loving them. So I'm very glad that I took advantage of the deal. I think you were only, out of every transaction or every customer, you get a maximum of 8 brushes. So I did take advantage of that. I didn't get 8 brushes, but I did get 6. And I ended up getting 2 blending brushes and the rest eyeshadow basically brush. So these are my 2 blending brushes, and of course they come in a plastic to kind of help, you know, seal it, and individually, you know, it just helps keep the bristles together too. But yeah, so I had gotten 2 eyeshadow, 2 blending brushes. Ooh, see, it's a lot to say. But 2 blending brushes and 4 eyeshadow brushes. So I'm actually pretty happy, and I will be using these exclusively only for my Colourpop, because I don't want them getting ruined. Again, I don't know when they're coming out with them again, but I know you were able to get this deal. By the time I post this video up, it might be done, but go check out their website down below, and you guys can, you know, click on that link and see if just possibly they might have it. Who knows? They might bring it back as actual product to sell. So hopefully they do. So for everyone who might have lost out on that opportunity to try out these brushes, you guys can go and try them. But honestly, highly recommend these brushes. They are amazing. Now, enable for me to get these, what I ended up doing, of course, like I said, you have to have eyeshadow. So I ended up getting the ones we've been wanting to try them out. So I figured, you know what? They were also, some of them were on sale. So I'm like, let me just take advantage of them, okay? So I ended up getting this Colourpop Studio 1400. And it basically had these colors to them. Now I will take it out so you guys can see. And that's actually what I have on my eyelids right now. I was only going to use 2 of the eyeshadows on here, and I got a little crazy. I said, you know what, let me add all of them onto my eyelids, you know. But this is basically kind of how they look. And they're actually really pearlized finish to these eyeshadows. They look absolutely stunning. I love them. Great pigment to them. Now they are quads, so even if you got these 4, you know, the 4 packages, you basically get 2 brushes for them. That's why I ended up getting 3 of the quads, I believe that's what they're called, of the eyeshadows, and I just was able to get the 6 eyeshadows. I mean 6 brushes. See, I can't talk today. I need my breakfast. I'm filming really early in the morning, haven't got my coffee or anything, so bear with me, okay? Another thing that I got was the Where the Light Is from Kathleen Lights, and she is a YouTuber who does makeups and whatnot, and she's did a lot of collaborations with other people, and I know a lot of people already probably know more likely about this particular palette. At least the quad set, the eyeshadow set that she has with this. And this is basically how they look, okay? I have not used this particular box. I did have a box prior to this a couple months back, but my sister Mariela, she lost all her makeup, which was a horrible tragedy. oh, anyway, she lost all her makeup, and I ended up giving her my Kathleen Lights, this particular one for her. So I ended up without it, and I really wanted it again, so I ended up just ordering it again. So I ended up getting this one. And then I also got this other one that I loved. Oops. Okay, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, another thing that I actually got was also this all-nighter from Colourpop. Another one of their sets that they had. And these are the colors they have in the back. Okay, and I'll take it out so you guys can see the colors. These are very kind of similar between the colors that this other one has. Hold on, because I just dropped all the boxes. The Studio 1400 and the Kathleen Lights, kind of an in-betweener of some of the stuff they chose from there. But this has more of like brown tones as opposed to maroonish tones like the Studio 1400 has. As well as the Kathleen Lights one. That one I think has more like pinkish, kind of light, creamier colors. Of course, some dark colors in there as well. But this one is more of a brown. Like, it mainly concentrates on browns, basically. And I think these are absolutely stunning and beautiful as well. So I ended up, like I said, I ended up getting those 3 quad sets, and I was able to get those brushes. So if you guys are actually really into getting into Colourpop or whatnot, I definitely recommend, I mean, if you guys can get a good deal by getting maybe possibly the quad sets of the eyeshadows, those would be great. But if you just want to try 1 or 2, go ahead to their website, see what they have. You know, this would be a great time to not only try their eyeshadows, but try their brushes as well. And as you guys can see, as I did a close-up before, basically you can tell that all the product is on there. So yeah, all I had to say basically about the brushes, it did really great. And as you guys can tell when I kind of came up to the camera, I hope you guys were able to see it. I didn't want to get too close because sometimes it gets blurry and I cannot see if you guys are getting the actual image or not. But yeah, I was really able to blend in all the colors from the eyeshadows from Colourpop. So yeah, I really recommend them, you guys. I really love them. If you guys can get your hands on them, they'd be great, to be honest with you. But if you have too many brushes and they've worked well for your Colourpop, then maybe you didn't need this in your collection. But to me, I felt I needed them, and I don't have too many brushes as is. And like I said, I do have some from Makeup Geek as well as some from samples that I've gotten both on my Ipsy and my Birchbox. So basically, I'm slowly collecting my eyeshadow brushes and whatnot and face brushes. But yeah, so that basically concludes my review or my thoughts of the Colourpop. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys on the next one because I still have more videos to film today. So you guys are going to have a good amount of videos for the next week or so. So yeah, but that concludes my video. Hope you guys loved it. And until next time, toodles!